Imagine a world where pain relief, reduced inflammation, enhanced recovery from injuries or surgeries could be achieved without reliance on medication or invasive procedures. That is the promise of high-powered pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. It is capturing the attention of medical professionals from chiropractors to physical therapists. Even professional athletes are getting involved. Before I try it out here in the studio, Christina Nicholson has more.
Across the country, patients and healthcare providers are facing the consequences of conventional pain relief treatments, ranging from the risks of addiction and severe side effects to the long downtimes and uncertainties of surgical interventions.
I have hardware. I have 7 fusions of my neck. So I'm full of all kinds of, the beeper goes off when I go into the airport. I have screws and titanium rods throughout my neck. And I have inflammation in my hands and my knees, and so the body has pretty much been inundated with inflammation since then. So level 10 pain on a regular basis.
Now there's a better way to take care of this kind of pain: AriseWell high-powered pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, also known as PEMF therapy.
It came to us pretty broken. We use the Aura machine to help decrease inflammation in those joints and in those areas, but it also helps us improve the response rate to our other therapies, helps them penetrate deeper into the tissues. It really helps him with his pain relief as well.
Once reserved for clinical settings due to high costs and cumbersome equipment, this has become more accessible and affordable, not just for people, but animals too, with MagnaWave PEMF. This advancement allows for treatment options both in professional settings and at home. For Peter Tuckman, it's 30 minutes every day.
It's groundbreaking for me. There was a period probably before I started the treatment where I really couldn't get out of bed, right? So there was just so much inflammation and so much pain. I'm up and around, I'm back to work. I'm able to be on my feet a lot. The sense of well-being is definitely, it's a full body experience.
The AriseWell devices are FDA cleared, owned by a woman, and made in the USA. Now I'll send it back to you in the studio, Dr. Drew, to try this out for yourself.
Thank you, Christina. I'm here now with the president of AriseWell, Alane Palley. Thank you for being here, Alane. Thank you for bringing the machine as well. I plan to have a treatment at the end of our time here together.
Yeah, we're going to make it better.
I believe that. So talk to me about the technology and how it works.
Okay, so it's pulsed electromagnetic field. So we're sending a pulse of an electromagnetic field into the body to help relieve inflammation.
So energy.
Energy. Magnetic energy, not just electrical energy, which you may see with e-stim and things like that. This is a magnetic field that penetrates all the way into your bone marrow, and it replicates the signals that the earth. So, magnetic fields are essential for life. And a lot of people don't realize that. And just like food and water and all the things you need.
I was thinking about electromagnetic fields and bone regrowing after a bone fracture is very dependent on magnetic field of the bone. People don't know that. I'm guessing this has a powerful effect on that.
Yes, it does. It penetrates all the way into that bone marrow, and it helps actually cut that healing time down.
And how does it help soft tissue?
So with soft tissue, we penetrate in and we pull the inflammation out. So we're helping with the uptake of oxygen and minerals, and it actually pulls the inflammation, just like anything with itis in it is going to be inflammation, as you know. And so what we're doing is pulling that out and allowing the body to function better, so you feel better.
And I think most people would be aware of ultrasound, for instance, on inflammatory soft tissue processes. How is this different when I use this as opposed to ultrasound? How's it different?
Okay, so it's very different because this is something you can use at home. This is something that is comfortable to use with your clothing on. You're able to lay down. You can do it safely at home. There's no interference. I mean, that's really the mission of what I'm trying to do with AriseWell is provide this type of wellness to the everyday person. So being able to go to your doctor and get a session, or actually rent one from your doctor or directly from us that you could use at home to keep yourself well.
So you have a couple times mentioned pulling inflammation out.
Yeah.
Now that immediately makes me think of blood and lymphatic flow. So I'm guessing it enhances that.
Absolutely.
How does it do that?
So imagine that your blood is like, when you're swelling, it's like quarters, all stacked up together. It's all rushing to that area. Well, what we do is we actually penetrate into the cell wall and we push the blood to be able to improve the blood flow in that area.
Are you changing the plasticity of red blood cells?
Yes.
So they're more plastic and get through the capillaries better.
Correct. We're going all the way through the body.
Got
so
it.
what's interesting is that let's say we put the machine on your shoulder, you may feel it somewhere else. So your body is going to take that energy and pull it wherever it needs to go, which is the most amazing thing about it.
What?
I will have somebody put a coil on their back, for example, their stomach will start moving because, you know, and then someone else will get on and say, why isn't my stomach doing that? I'm like, you probably don't have the same issue in your belly that they have. So it's amazing how every body reacts differently.
I can't wait to use this thing. Tell me about this NASA-funded study.
So basically, if you're not in contact with the magnetic field of the Earth, your body breaks down, and it's a direct function of the body.
So much like not being exposed to gravity, not being exposed to the Earth's electrical field is bad for us.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what's really happened over the last 300 years is that Earth's magnetic field has actually decreased substantially. And some people think it's because the poles are going to flip. Sometimes it's just a natural cycle of the Earth. But you can actually supplement with this to help, you know, combat that drop of the magnetic field of the Earth. And that's what they were looking for. What can we actually help with the astronauts in space to help them not lose that like bone degradation, that muscle degradation that they get whenever they're in space?
Well, thank you, Alane. I'm going to get my treatment going in just a second. But before we do, I want to say again, if you want more information, if you want to get access to the machine, visit AuraWell, A-U-R-A, well, one word.com. Don't go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to have a treatment.
Yeah, you are.
It's as simple as this.
Yes, it's
Crazy.
super easy. You can actually let